Hey, future weapon enthusiasts. I'm Nick Young, the CEO of Desert Tech. And we've had a lot of requests to respond to a video review of our Quattro 15 that was put out by the Gun Collective a couple days ago. So, for those of you that don't know us, we specialize in creating very innovative firearm systems, precision sniper systems, auto-loading rifle systems, and one of our most recent products is our new Quattro 15 lower receiver for an AR with a quad stack magazine. So this quad stack magazine is the same length as a standard 30 round PMAG, and so it has really great form factor, and it's holds 53 rounds instead of 30 rounds. So it does require our proprietary lower receiver with a wide mouth magazine well, but this is compatible with all mil-spec uppers and stocks and triggers and so on and so forth. So that's the product that was reviewed. Now, the reason that people were asking us to respond to this video is because they had some of the magazines that they tested break when they dropped them on the ground. And so the reason that those magazines broke is because early on when we sent some riders Quattro 15 rifles to test and magazines for them, we didn't have production magazines yet, so we had to send pre-production units. And the pre-production magazines were of a weaker resin and had a thinner floor plate. And we knew that they were not drop test safe, and so we notified all the riders that these are for function only. It's a weaker resin, weaker floor plate, and if you drop test these, they will not pass. So the Gun Collective drop tested them anyway. I expect it's probably because he did the review 3 months after we sent him the magazines, and he probably just forgot about those instructions, which is okay. You know, it's we can't fault him for that, but that's the reason why the magazines broke. But I think it would be really nice to take this opportunity to talk about magazine durability. So the U.S. military, as they test magazines, they don't really have very rigorous testing for magazines, and they really look at magazines as more of a consumable item. So they're really worried about, you know, rifle drop testability, but magazines, if it breaks, they just say, you know, throw a new one in. But you know, with us putting this new magazine on the market, we understand that it has to perform as well or better than the existing magazines. You know, you got the great magazines from Magpul, the PMAG, the Lancer magazines are really excellent, and those are kind of two of the top tier magazines that we want to make sure that our performance is on par with. So during the development cycle of the QMAGs, then we drop tested all of those magazines, our QMAG against the Lancer and against the PMAG. Now, the testing regiment that we put together was much more rigorous than what the military does, and we did a series of drops. And the first condition of the magazine that we dropped it in was empty. And so we would drop it from 5 feet in every single orientation possible in an empty condition. And then we took the same magazine and we filled it half full, which in this case is 26 rounds. And we dropped it again from 5 feet on concrete in every orientation. And then we took the same magazine and filled it all the way full, so 53 rounds in this case. And we dropped it another series of drops in every orientation again. Now, the QMAG in the testing that we did was the only magazine that survived. So I will share the actual footage of our engineering doing these tests. It's not beautiful testing footage, but it's you know, documented archive footage. And when we did the test, the same series of tests with the PMAG, so first empty, second half full, and third all the way full, the PMAG sustained damage. So during the half full test, then they saw a hairline crack surface by the feed lip. Now, it didn't look like that crack was going to hinder the function of the gun, but we did note that there was a crack that started to surface on the corner of the feed lip. During the full condition, towards the end of the drop cycles, then the base plate of the PMAG split into two. and was catastrophically damaged. So the Lancer magazine I don't have a Lancer with me, I'm sorry, but the Lancer magazine did really well. Empty did really well, half full, but when we went into the full testing, it cracked the center of the body pretty bad, and so not really an operational magazine after that. It's important to note that in the test that I'm sharing with you, that's a sample size of 1 PMAG and 1 Lancer magazine and 1 QMAG. It doesn't mean that every single magazine is going to have the exact same performance, because you have differences in batches and in lots of the resins. Sometimes you'll get a resin batch that's a little bit more brittle. Sometimes you'll get one that's more elastic. It really just depends on the quality of the materials being manufactured and the cooling process that it goes through when it's injection molded. Nevertheless, we were very happy with the results, and we were excited that the QMAG was on par with great magazines from both Lancer and Magpul. So in the test, the reason that they drop it from 5 feet is because it simulates a reload. So if you have the rifle up here, I'm 6 feet tall, I drop the magazine, that's about a 5-foot distance for that magazine to hit the ground. So most likely that magazine would probably land on the floor plate with its vertical orientation. And so the floor plate really should be the strongest feature of the magazine. However, in the event that a magazine drops in a different orientation, you still want it to have really good survivability and durability. To provide a larger sample size of QMAGs and to see what the expected durability is, I've tasked my team with taking 4 new Quattros out of production with the production floor plate and the production resins to demonstrate just how durable those are. And so they've taken those 4 mags to complete failure, done some pretty interesting things with them. So here are the sample tests.
Take over here.
Yeah.
Follower is jammed on this one, and the base plate slipped over the bottom down here.
Issue.
Fixed it.
Okay.
Just smacking on the ground, fixed it. We're good.
The follower is still functional.
Yeah. Yep. Follower's functional.
Okay.
So this one has no damage, and this one only lost 2 rounds, so this one's good.
Okay.
This one lost 3 rounds. Base plate looks fine. Nothing. This one looks fine as well. This one only lost a round, so.
So now we're gonna drop it on the feed lips.
Yep. Okay, ready?
Okay.
Nothing happened.
Did that land on the feed lips?
Yeah, let's drop it one more time. That one did. That one broke really bad. So this one split and is done for. This one, no damage, looks fine. No damage, looks fine. Yeah, no damage,
Okay.
looks fine.
Okay.
So we got 3 survivors. Drop that one more time. Oh, this one broke too. So, first 2, totally fine.
Yep.
Nothing wrong. This one shattered down the spine here.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that one there.
So. How'd it do?
She's a survivor.
I'm gonna drop the other one too, and then we'll put both of them in a rifle and we'll shoot him in the box.
Go for it, throw the next one.
Yeah.
Totally fine. exactly 22 feet.
You can see at the end of the testing that the QMAG is much more durable than the pre-production magazines that the Gun Collective shot. At no time did the base plates have any issue, whether it was thrown off the roof or dropped in any orientation on the cement. The housing itself was very durable, and 75% of the time when it was dropped in any other orientation, the housing survived. However, with repeated drops, eventually they did see fracturing propagate around the feed lip area, which is the thinnest part of the magazine. And it's quite a bit thicker on our magazines due to it having 53 rounds than what the PMAG is. So if you look at at least the rear geometry of the feed lip, ours is very, very thick compared to the PMAG. But it has to be, because it holds 53 rounds and this only holds 30 rounds. So it has to endure more stress than what this does. We can't really make the feed lips any thicker than what they are now due to the constrained geometry inside of the AR's upper receiver. So, but this is the strongest that we can make the polymer feed lips that exist on the QMAG today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the honesty of us showing really what is a magazine's durability, whether it's our QMAG or a PMAG or a Lancer magazine. Understand that magazines are a consumable product and eventually they're going to wear out if you use them enough. If you want to learn more information about the Quattro 15, you can watch this next video. I hope you enjoy this content, and if you do, give us a thumbs up and like the video. If you want to see more content like this, please subscribe to our channel.